Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Top 5 Wednesdays, formerly known as Wacky Wednesdays. In May, actually, in March, April, and May, I missed a lot of the Top 5 Wednesday prompts just because I got sick in March and then I didn't film them in time. Then I was really hard on myself, so in April I think I filmed like one, and then in May I slowly started coming back to the Top 5 Wednesday. So I don't want to miss any more this year, and if I do miss one or two, I don't want to be so hard on myself. I know that's asking a lot from me. But for today's Top 5 Wednesday, it is top 5 fictional jobs. And at first I was looking at my TBR and the books that I've read, and I'm like, oh, I don't have anything for this because I don't read a lot of fantasy, or like any fantasy really. But then I started looking more closely at some of the books that I've read. I've read all of these except for the bottom one. I'm really excited to read it, but I haven't yet. So most of these are romances, but they're really fun career paths. And I actually had a huge stack of potential books to talk about here, and then I was thinking about it and I'm like, okay, I really just gotta tone it down to 5 for Top 5 Wednesday, and here we are. You can agree or disagree with me in the comments below, but it's okay. To me, the top 5 like fictional jobs that I would like. Now, if I say fictional jobs, like clearly some of these are actual jobs. It's just like not a job that I have, nor do I think that I would ever get into that field. But in like a dream world, would it be really awesome to have that job? Absolutely. So we're gonna start off strong from The Worst Best Man by Mia Sosa. This is a really cute romance, but it starts off with this woman getting left at the altar, and this woman is a wedding planner, and she didn't see that one coming. But then it's like later down the line, it's her romance between the best man at her wedding that didn't really happen and her, and I think that he's also her ex-fiance's brother. So it was kind of messy and complicated, but it was kind of fun, and I enjoyed this a lot. But I remember, as a little girl, I'm like, I just want to like plan all the parties, and essentially I wanted to be a party planner or an event planner or a wedding planner, and like I think that would still be a really fun job to have. But at the same time, I do think that it would be really stressful, and you know, you'd have to deal with all the brides, and that's not something I'd rather just deal with students. But this would be like a very fun job, I feel like. The next one, I don't know if you guys know this about me because I don't really talk about it on my channel, but I like to bake. I hate eating sweets, but I like to bake sweets. I don't do it very often because I don't eat like baked goods, and no one in my household would eat them. So they kind of just like sit there, and then I end up throwing them away if I make them. But I mean, they'll eat like, my husband will eat like a slice or two of a brownie or something, but like we really don't eat a lot of baked goods like that. But I love to bake, so I thought it would be really cool to be a baker, or like own my own bakery, because you get to own your own business and do something really fun like bake. I really like to cook. Cooking isn't as scientific as baking though, so I can be more creative with cooking. But I would never want to be a cook or a chef for a living, because I've seen people in the food industry and it's very stressful, and it's just not something that I think I would like. But baking, I just feel like if you bake a cake or donuts or cupcakes or something, that's always gonna make someone put a smile on someone's face. And like the smell of baked goods is so delicious. I just don't eat them that often. You know, once in a while, be like, oh yeah, I want a donut or whatever. But typically, I'm just like, it smells good. It's really fun. The next one, I think actually makes a lot of sense for my channel. So Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez. In this, you follow Vanessa, who quit her day job, and she is now a full-time YouTuber. And to be honest with you, that would kind of be like the for real dream. Like, not having to work anymore. She says, as she's only a week into summer break and she's already going crazy. Like, I say that I wouldn't have to work, or, you know, I would essentially be my own boss. And I just make content for a living, which would be dreams, goals. But at the same time, I don't know if I could, what I would do with myself if I didn't have a day job to go to all the time. But I think she gets like 20,000 followers. I don't know. She has a lot of followers, but she also has a baby. And then this really ornery next door neighbor comes to her apartment. He's like, please get the baby to be quiet. I think the baby is actually her niece, but for some reason her sister is not able to take care of her. So then there's the thing about Abby Jimenez is that her romances always have some kind of really heartfelt thing and really like sad moments. So this is not just like your feel-good romance. I mean, it kind of is, but at the same time, it's really heartbreaking. And I don't want to give you any spoilers, but I essentially picked this because of like content creator, YouTuber, like really big, where she can just focus on YouTube and not have to have a day job, which is so cool. The last one that I've read is a thriller, and it's The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. I would love to be a journalist, and I could have put writer because there were other options for just like a writer, but I remember, oh man, I used to write all the time. I still do, but sometimes I don't feel like I have enough time to let myself have my hobbies. And I know it's my own thing in my own head, but in high school, I remember just like, oh my gosh, what if I could investigate that and then write an article about it? And I just thought that it would be a really cool thing to be an investigative reporter or journalist. And there's a part of me that would absolutely love that. So there's that. This last one I haven't read yet, but I know based on the premise it's really interesting. So there's Happily Never After by Lynn Painter, and the job that I'm talking about in here is the professional objector. So basically, in this book, you follow this woman who is getting married, Sophie, and she's getting married, but she found out that her fiance is cheating on her, so she can't really cancel the wedding because her dad works for her fiance's dad, and she doesn't want to cause problems there for her dad. So instead, she secretly hires a professional objector. He is not someone that is known by the couple, but she basically hires this guy. His name is Max, and he goes to weddings so that he can object to them. So when they're like, either like forever stay silent, like, oh my gosh, how does that go? But it's like forever hold your peace, or speak up, or forever hold your peace. So right then he jumps out of his seat and he's like, I object. And at this particular wedding, he's like, he is cheating on her. So because Sophie knew that her fiance was cheating on her, she told Max, the objector, and he just like let it be known to the entire wedding. But basically his job is to go to weddings and object to them. Be like, no, you can't get married. And I just think that that would be so interesting. I'm also the type that I hate conflict, so I don't know how good at this job I would be, but part of me really likes the drama. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like, I hate conflict, but I love the drama. What a contradiction right there. Anyways, these are all the fictional jobs, although I don't think they're not fictional jobs. I mean, professional objector, I don't think that's a real thing, but the rest of them are real jobs that I would like to have. Let me know in the comments below that if you weren't in the business that you're in, also tell me what business you're in, but if you weren't in the business that you are currently in, what would you be doing, do you think? Thank you so much. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to my channel, where we're always talking bookish things. I don't know if you can see Blackjack, but she's right here. Hey. Yeah. Oh, baby. Let me show you her. Do you see her? Oh my God, look at that. Look at her. Oh, look at her tail. Blackjack. Bye.